Pentagon chief reveals how they'll get Putin to negotiate, the U.S. president said. He held a lengthy phone call with the Russian leader and extended invitations to visit each other's nations. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday he spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin in a lengthy phone call, with the Russian president agreeing to begin negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. Russia began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. What was discussed on the Trump-Putin call? In a Truth Social post, Trump said he spoke with Putin not only about Ukraine, but also the Middle East, energy, artificial intelligence, the power of the dollar, and various other subjects. But first, as we both agreed, we want to stop the millions of deaths taking place in the war with Russia, Ukraine, Trump said. Official figures do not put the deaths of the war in the millions, although there is the risk of escalation. We agreed to work together very closely, including visiting each other's nations, Trump said. We have also agreed to have our respective teams start negotiations immediately, and we will begin by calling President Zelensky of Ukraine to inform him of the conversation, something which I will be doing right now. Trump said Secretary of State Marco Rubio, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, and Special Envoy to the Middle East Steve Witkoff will lead the negotiations from the U.S. side. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov also confirmed the Trump-Putin call and said Putin is willing to host U.S. representatives in Russia to discuss the Ukrainian conflict. Putin and Trump have also agreed to continue personal contacts, including organizing a personal meeting, Peskov said, noting that Putin has invited Trump to Moscow. Zelensky says meaningful call held with Trump. The Ukrainian presidency later said that a meaningful call had taken place between Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. We long talked about opportunities to achieve peace, discussed our readiness to work together at the team level, and Ukraine's technological capabilities, including drones and other advanced industries, Zelensky said in a post on X. I am grateful to President Trump for his interest in what we can accomplish together. The calls come after U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said that Ukraine regaining its territory prior to 2014 is an unrealistic objective. Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine in 2014. Hegseth also said that the U.S. does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a settlement to end the war. Zelensky is expected to meet U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance at the Munich Security Conference on Friday to discuss the Ukrainian conflict. In the phone call between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, several topics were discussed, including the war in Ukraine, the Middle East, energy, artificial intelligence, and the power of the dollar. The primary focus, however, was on ending the war in Ukraine, with both leaders agreeing on the importance of stopping the loss of life. Trump stated that both he and Putin agreed to begin negotiations immediately and that their respective teams would start discussions with the intention of informing Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed the call, noting that Putin is open to hosting U.S. representatives in Russia for discussions. The conversation also involved the idea of continuing personal contacts, with Putin inviting Trump to visit Moscow. In a follow-up development, Ukrainian President Zelensky shared that he had a meaningful call with Trump, where they discussed potential opportunities for peace and collaboration. Zelensky expressed gratitude for Trump's interest in Ukraine's technological capabilities, including drones. Additionally, U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth acknowledged that Ukraine regaining its territory prior to 2014 was unrealistic, and stated that NATO membership for Ukraine was also unlikely as part of a settlement. The calls reflect an ongoing effort to navigate the complexities of the war and its potential resolution. Touch, search, reason, voice. ChatGPT can